welcome to the fabulous Forum of Los Angeles, California, and the main event of the evening. Brought to you by Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, Zanfer Promotions, and Marquez Boxing. This is 12 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. On the line, the WBO #1 ranking for the world title. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing negro con los colores de Mexico. He weighed in officially at 143 1/4 pounds. In his career, 36 fights, 34 victories, including 23 knockouts with only 2 defeats. From Thornton, Colorado, in the Mile High region of Denver, former light welterweight champion of the world, Mile High Alvarado. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing black with red and green, he officially weighed in at 141 1/2 pounds. His Hall of Fame credentials include 55 victories with 40 knockouts, 7 defeats, and 1 draw. Damas y caballeros de Ciudad de México, Distrito Federal, México, el 4 veces campeón del mundo, Juan Manuel Dinamita Marquez.
So with the crowd coming to a feverish pitch as both fighters are announced, especially Juan Manuel Marquez. Pat Russell, the Army veteran, calls him into the center of the ring with the final instructions. 10-point must scoring system, no standing 8 count,
there it is,
no
this
3
is
knockdown
high right
rule.
here, hip line to hip line, 12 rounds, the WBO final eliminator. Touch him up, good luck, buena suerte.
All right, so is set to go. The Colonel Bob Sheridan here, Timothy Bradley's with us, and Larry Merchant. We're glad wherever you're watching around the world that you can be with us here at the Forum in Inglewood, California. Mike Alvarado, 34-2, 23 knockouts. Here we go. Both of them have black trunks on. Alvarado, the guy with the tattoos, and he has the American flag down one side of his pants and the Mexican flag down the right side of his pants. If you don't know these fighters, I don't know how you could not know them, but just in case. Marquez, a smaller man, 2 inches shorter, a little bit lighter, and he's giving away 5 inches in reach to Mike Alvarado. Let's see if Alvarado can take advantage of that reach.
Well, I think it looks from his body language, Tim, that that's his first priority. Let's see if my size makes any difference before I decide that I've got to put the pressure on him.
Right, it's a fill-out round. The first round is going to be a fill-out round. See what the guy has, and that's what these guys are doing. Take a look at each other.
Set up right in front of each other. Marquez comes in, catches him with a light right hand across the nose. Cuts loose with the right hand, does Juan Manuel Marquez. Now don't be fooled by the crowd here, because anything that Marquez does, the crowd will roar, anything. And here we can tell you that sometimes when the punches are short and the crowd goes bazonk, because they're not really landing punches, as probably was the case with that last shot. But the crowd is very enthusiastically behind Juan Manuel Marquez. Alvarado really hasn't opened up here in the early going.
Looks a little tight.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's not relaxed at all.
And he also doesn't have much of a sweat worked up on him. Short with those punches again is Marquez.
And it's so interesting, to us fight degenerates watching the evolution of Marquez. He used to be strictly a boxer, then more of a counter puncher, harder counter puncher. And here you see if he has to, he'll just take the lead.
Absolutely.
As he's doing in this round. Nice right hand, snapped the head that time of Alvarado. Alvarado comes back with a right hand of his own. Body shot downstairs.
Marquez will take this pace all night long.
All night long. Usual 35 to 40 punches a round.
Which is more right now than Alvarado's doing as a bell ends, and that's a Marquez round. Just busier, he landed 2 or 3 punches, that's all he had to land.
Absolutely. Marquez lands the jabs, double jab, right hand over the top. Coming momentarily, almost like gave
That's all
stung Alvarado a little bit, right?
All right, here we go, round number 2 at the Forum in Los Angeles. Juan Manuel Marquez to the right of your screen. To the left of your screen is Mike Alvarado. Alvarado, clearly the bigger man in there, both in height and in reach. But the heavier punches were landed in the first round by Marquez. Probably 3 or 4 punches landed with some pretty good pop on them. Alvarado misses again with his left hook.
I'm wondering what is Alvarado's game plan right now, because I really don't know what he's trying to do right now.
Well, the first round, you know, we talked about a feeling out round, and now he's trying to pick up the pace a little bit more.
Now, okay. Yeah. He's opening up a little bit more now.
But at the time you asked that question,
right.
I was thinking the same thing, Timothy. What's he going to do here? Mike is moving, sliding around to his left, then he stops, sets up right in front of the guy. Marquez feints inside, doesn't get Alvarado to move, so he throws the left hook. Right hand. It's clear to me that Marquez has got quicker hands. Timothy, why is he so conservative in the early going? He doesn't seem to want to mix it up with this guy. I mean, when this is stage early in the fight, you want to, you know, certainly present your will against this guy?
Because Marquez is a very seasoned veteran, very smart, and he has dynamite in both hands. So he's being cautious in there right now. That's the reason why.
Marquez lands a shot. Quickness of the hands again. Things are not going particularly well at this stage for Mike Alvarado. It's early going with a little less than a minute in round number 2. But he's being outboxed at this point by the seasoned vet and future Hall of Famer Juan Manuel Marquez.
Mike sooner or later is going to have to take a chance and do what Mike does and what got Mike to the top. And that's applying pressure, throwing lots of punches, and landing big shots. Stand on the outside like this, he's not going to have any success.
He'll never be able to outbox this guy at this.
No. He's allowing Marquez to do whatever he wants.
And the way he's holding his gloves up so high, Tim, it's almost like he's still fighting the Provodnikov.
Right.
It's still planted in his mind, and he doesn't want to get hit like that.
Right.
But the less hitting he does, the more hitting he's going to get.
I completely agree with you on that, man. Completely. Marquez throws that 45-degree uppercut twice, followed by a left hook and a right hand. Great combinations. Overhand right over the top, uppercut, left hook.
And Alvarado's trying to be the counterpuncher.
And Alvarado
That's not his game.
He didn't come back with anything. I mean, what is he waiting on?
Boxing lesson so far by the master, Marquez. All right, we go to round number 3. Nacho Baristan, we understand, in the corner of Juan Manuel Marquez. Be sharp with his responses. Well, he certainly has been. A little bit of puffiness around the eyes of Alvarado already. We're only in the 3rd round. Alvarado continues to wait. That time he moves in without throwing a punch, and he gets countered by the master counterpuncher, Marquez. Mike went headhunting that time, but he missed his shot hard with the left hand. Wow, with the left hand, and then the counterpunch again by Marquez, but it didn't land. Those taking on the gloves. Right hand, left hand to the body by Marquez. Solid shots too. Boy, Alvarado is not doing anything.
I mean, he's stepping inside, but he's getting the distance, but he's not throwing any punches.
Boy, he loaded up that shot, but it went sailing over the head of Marquez.
He has to work the body.
It looks like he wants to try something, but he's not quite sure how to get it done. He'd like to get inside, but how do I do it without paying too high a price?
Right.
On the other hand, does he think that he can just land one big shot and turn this thing around instantaneously? Not likely with Marquez.
I think he's trying to be cautious with his approach. He's walking him down now. He's closed the distance a little bit. Now all he has to do is find the range and let his hands go.
Again, to me, Tim, it's obvious the quickness in the hands of Marquez. You know, why, you know, the book on him is such a great counterpuncher, although he's certainly been offensive-minded in this fight through the first 2 rounds and 2 minutes of this round.
Oh, yeah. Because Alvarado's not doing anything but sitting in front of him.
There's a nice combination. One solid right hand landed by Marquez in the middle of that. Mike, wait. Huffy by the right eye already. Whatever Mike's idea is, it's not working to this point. Waiting. Big left hook that time, but didn't quite catch Marquez.
Headbutt, watch your hair. Headbutt, no cut. Headbutt, no cut.
Closing seconds now of the 3rd round.
Well, instead of making Marquez look too old, he's taking 10 years off of his life the way he's fighting.
He's not fighting like a 40-year-old man.
No, he's not. Marquez.
The opponent can make him look 10 years older or 10 years younger.
Right.
Depending on how he fights.
Exactly.
Well, you called it. He's looking 10 years younger.
10 years younger right now.
We get ready to go to 4. The Colonel Bob Sheridan with Larry Merchant and Timothy Bradley. All right, here we go, round 4. Alvarado to the left of your screen. Now he opens up with something with the left hook. Caught the head of Marquez. Marquez now to the left of your screen. And now Alvarado seems to want to pick it up a little bit here. Mile high on the back of the trunks of Alvarado. He's from Denver, Colorado, the Mile High City. Jab, left hook. Mike goes fishing with the right hand, missed his left going in, so the right hand wasn't there. Feinted right, missed with the left hook.
Again, one punch at a time, and if you're throwing one punch at a time, you better make them count, and he hasn't made them count.
One punch at a time is not going to do it.
Combination of punches by Marquez. All 3 of them landed.
Got him with a little stuff on the inside. That's where Alvarado has to be, right
That's
there.
where he needs to go.
Right in his chest, right there.
Well, look who's getting off first again, Marquez. Mike almost paused with the heel of his hand forward. Marquez right back throwing hard punches. Spins out of there.
Well, he knows what he has to do now, that you can see.
Right.
He knows that whatever it was he was trying before wasn't working.
Well, First of all, that right hand that he's throwing over the top keeps missing. He needs to bring that right uppercut.
Good jab.
Mike Alvarado.
And another decent jab by Alvarado. You didn't see it, we were cutting the camera switch there, but it was a nice second jab. Mike goes with that right hand lead. Needs to do more stuff like this. He's got to get this guy off his very comfortable fight plan right now. Look at this. Man.
Well, he did block most of those shots because he has his gloves high, but he's got to let those gloves go.
He needs to let him go right after. If he wants to influence the judges.
I mean, if this is going to be a distance fight, how many rounds can you give away to Marquez the way he boxes? Alvarado having a better round, but he's not winning this round.
Not winning this round.
Hand speed of Juan Manuel Marquez. He lands the shots, loaded up to right hand. The bell ends the fourth round, another Marquez round. Well, now he's 4 rounds in the hole. Tim, any adjustment? I mean, there's certainly an adjustment he's got to make. What is it?
Sell out. Go for it.
Go for it. After 6, go for it.
You know, these rounds go by awful fast.
Yes, they do.
Before you know it, you get desperate. So you got to do something to turn the tide a bit.
Now, you know, when I was calling the Mayweather fight a few weeks ago when he was down by 5 on my score sheet after 5, I said, I need to find out how good the fighter is. And he certainly showed everybody how good he was. Can Alvarado do that sort of thing against Marquez? Well, if you take one big punch to slow Marquez down right now.
Well, we've seen Marquez on the canvas a number of times. Does Alvarado have the stuff to put him there? Now he's trying the southpaw.
And that's always a bad idea for a right-handed fighter to turn southpaw. They lose accuracy, they get hit more.
Marquez keep putting money in the bank, landing that supreme left hook to the body on Mike.
Jab, jab, left hook. Look at that.
There it is again.
Left hook upstairs, then back downstairs. Alvarado gets hit with an uppercut, another uppercut, straight right hand. Alvarado's going to be very frustrated right now as he tries to back Marquez into the corner. Goes for a fairly low body shot,
I thought that was a good body shot by Marquez, and you got to do more of it.
Look at the hand speed of Marquez, man.
Well, it's all relative to your opponent's hand speed.
Well, it's certainly shining tonight against Mike Alvarado. Here's the uppercut from Alvarado when he was in the chest where he wanted to be. There's the uppercut. And right back comes Marquez with an uppercut of his own. Only followed by 2 hooks to the head. Even though he feels the ropes up against his back, there's no desperation for Marquez to get off the ropes, although he slides down now. Mike comes to the uppercut, but he pays with a straight right hand. Everything that Mike Alvarez does is counted by Juan Manuel Marquez. Alvarado doesn't seem to be able to get off first. And I agree with you guys. He needs to just put the ears back and let it fly right now. We're in the 5th round. He's losing this round as well. And there's only 15 seconds left in this round. So he's 5 down. Closing seconds down to 5th. Look at this, man. Right hand almost caught him. Now there's like a second winner if he get beat up there in the last 15 seconds of the round. But that's a Marquez round as well. All right, here we go, round number 6.
You know, Alvarado's strength has been his strength. And he must impose his strength, his size on Marquez. Otherwise, we're going to see this movie for the next 7 rounds.
Nice jab.
Well, he's trying to impose his will right now, Larry. Let's see how long he can sustain it, though. And we're in the 6th round, and he's given 5 away. If he doesn't start like right now, it's going to be too late. He'd have to win every single round the rest of the way, and it's not likely, because he can't outbox this guy.
Well, I think Marquez took most of those rounds. He didn't just give them away.
Oh, no. I'm not inferring that at all. But in terms, I'm talking about in terms of just imposing your will. The 6th round, and he's trying to do that, but Marquez is doing a nice job countering it. He's got to keep the pressure on this guy.
And not a single jab. He has to throw a double jab. He's throwing single jabs.
Where's the right hand, Mike? Let it fly. Timothy, you use the term, he's got to let those hands go, and that's exactly what he has to do. And he's not doing it right now. He started off the round all right.
And Mike is trying to go for the kill. He's trying to land a big, just knockout blow. He needs to let his hands actually fly. Combination punching. Try not to land a hard shot, but just place your shots. Try to land punches.
Well, Marquez is a naturally smaller, quicker guy. Remember, he was a featherweight for a long time. And the bigger guy's got to fight him like the bigger guy to show that.
Juan Manuel Marquez is fighting a perfect fight to my way of thinking. Round 6 with only 27 seconds to go. Again, another better round for Alvarado, but I don't think he's won the round. Not with combinations like this and hits like that. In no time have we seen Marquez get hit like he's hitting Alvarado right now. In this round or any other round. There's a solid shot, but it just, here they go. We're out of time in the 6th round.
The old man went right with him.
There it is. Wow.
Right now, Marquez is halfway to Macau to fight a 5th time with Pacquiao.
Right.
Here we go to round number 7.
Mike has that on his mind.
The Forum in Los Angeles, California. You're watching Top Rank Boxing. Larry Merchant, Tim Bradley, and I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan. Glad that you're with us. Our principals, Juan Manuel Marquez, a great champ, future Hall of Famer, giving a boxing lesson to the former champ Mike Alvarado. Look at this, man. Different hand speed throughout. The inability of Alvarado to impose his will. Right hand lead, but just a chopping one. Didn't do any damage to Juan Manuel.
Well, you know, Alvarado's never been what I would call a dynamic puncher. You know, he would just come forward, beat guys up. And Marquez isn't letting him do that right now. And he's trying. Alvarado is trying.
How frustrating is this, Timothy Bradley, when you're giving it all you have like Alvarado is and just nothing's worked?
How would he know?
Yeah, well, hey, yeah, that's true.
When does that happen?
Well, he can analyze that.
It can be frustrating for a fighter.
There are times during a round when things won't go.
Around when things don't go your way. Yes, there is.
Straight right hand.
Good right hand by Alvarado on the inside.
But now the fight is turning into a bit of a war as Alvarado has tried to impose his will. Uppercut inside. Right back comes Alvarado, but not as clean a punch as what Juan Manuel landed. Mike touches him up with that jab. Oh, why didn't he throw the right hand there?
It was there.
It was there. Marquez sets up in front of him, gets off first as he always has been doing. Throws a combination of punches, and Mike comes right through him. He's letting the hands go now, but he hasn't been able to land the clean shot. Decent right hand by Alvarado. Right back comes Marquez. Whoa! Right hand over the shoulder that time of Marquez. Closing seconds now of the 7th. Better action round, but I can't give that to Alvarado.
A really good round right there.
Really good.
Yeah.
Don't lose it.
I think he's trying. Unlike the first 2 or 3 rounds where he was very passive and trying to figure it all out. He's figured out what he has to do. Now, can he do it?
I always say, if you get hit anyway, you might as well try to throw some punches.
That last
get hit too.
That last replay showed one solid right hand that Alvarado was able to land, but there's just not enough of them. As we go to round 8 at the Forum in Los Angeles, Juan Manuel Marquez, Mike Alvarado. Alvarado with his back to you. Juan Manuel facing you. Now to the right of your screen.
Pacquiao, if my memory is correct,
Big right.
knocked Marquez down 5 times in their 4 fights. So he is vulnerable, but Pacquiao does it with quickness, angles, so that Marquez couldn't see the punches coming, and he could see everything coming from Alvarado.
Right, I agree with you on that.
Alvarado's right eye beginning to close up a little bit too, which could become a problem in the next round or so. He hasn't won a round. He's got to land some big shots. As I say that, he's the one that gets clip of the right hand.
I noticed that Freddie Roach, Pacquiao's trainer, is at ringside studying him really closely. How much does he have left? What are we going to face with him the next time?
Right now, Marquez is looking sensational right now.
Yep.
And he still will be tough for Pacquiao as we speak.
Yep.
Halfway through the 8th round, Alvarado's still not imposing his will. He can't. Marquez just continues to outbox him, getting off first, which we expected. And the inability of Alvarado to land the big booming right hand, which he's thrown about, I would say, 6 times, and really hasn't landed any of them. Nice left hook that time by Alvarado, but it doesn't shift Marquez. They trade punches. Boy, it's something the way Marquez will dictate at different times, or he'll just stay in there and he'll go ahead and punch with him. He's not afraid to exchange.
I think he already has, entered into his computer that I'm quicker than this guy, and I can do that on occasions in the fight.
Right.
I can just stand there and I'm going to hit him more than he's going to hit me, and then we'll go on with the rest of it.
What that does is it discourages your opponent, because anytime he has a good hurrah, then you come right back on him and just silence what he just did. And that's what Marquez is doing. Every time Mike tries to throw a combination, Marquez throws right with him and let him know that, hey, I'm here, buddy.
The nature of a great champion fighter. Oh, and he drops Alvarado. Right hand almost knocked him out of the ring. Counts up to 5 and 6 and 7. Can Mike get up at 8? He does.
Come here, Mike. Mike, come here.
Alvarado got landed with a big shot, and the round is over. How about that, folks? We'll show it to you again.
Well, Marquez knew that he had put Alvarado in a position where he had to come and try everything, and nailed him with that punch. Where have we seen that one before? Huh? Pacquiao. Except Pacquiao didn't get up in time.
Wow.
Right on the button. Remember, I don't think he's seeing too well out of his right eye anyway, and that was on the other side. Look at that, right on top of the left eye.
Got him on the way in with a perfect shot. The same shot that was heard and seen around the world when he knocked out Manny Pacquiao. Wow.
Now, when you get knocked down as heavily as that, can you recover in between the rounds when nothing's going your way? This is really tough for Alvarado now. His legs don't look great to me. He comes out and he almost sets up as a southpaw, trying to bounce to get some life back in those legs. And Juan Manuel may be sensing the beginning of the end here.
Well, but he's coming forward.
Alvarado very flat-footed right now.
Now we know why he was holding his gloves up.
Yes, we
The early part of the fight.
Look at him switching to southpaw, which means he can hit more with the right hand. Very patient right now is Juan Manuel. Looking for the clean. And he drops Juan Manuel! How about that? The left hand of Mike Alvarado drops Marquez. How about that, folks? Now can Mike try to finish him off? Although I don't think Juan Manuel was hurt. It was a flash knockdown in his case. Mike has got to go for broke right now if he can. Juan Manuel is right down on his heels. And looking to pick up the pace. He wants to turn it into a Pier 6 brawl right now. But his legs aren't totally there. Alvarado has got to put pressure on him now if ever he did in this fight.
That might have been Alvarado's greatest moment as a prize fighter, coming back from that knockdown in the early round to do that. Let's see if he can follow up on it.
Absolutely.
Well, Marquez is fighting well. The uppercut, he get hit by a right hand, but Marquez's legs are not totally there right now. Not totally. Alvarado must take advantage of this opportunity. Mexican fighter fighting on instinct right now, as is Alvarado. He's got a bad mouth underneath his left eye.
Well, Marquez came to be an aggressive, in-your-face fighter tonight, rather than just the counter-puncher. Maybe as the aftermath of his fight with Tim Bradley, and even how badly he was beaten by Pacquiao until the knockout. And now maybe he's in a fight.
He's in a fight at this moment anyway.
Oh, yes, he is.
Alvarez back and forth like a lion in the cage. Can he catch him with that right hand or perhaps a left hook? Running out of time here now in the 9th round. Now look at this. Back comes Marquez. And they go at it, toe-to-toe with 3 seconds to go. Here comes the bell in a terrific round for Alvarado.
What a fight.
And the fans.
What a fight.
Watch this for a knockdown now, man. Slinging right hand, right on the nose.
He's saying, hold hands now, just pick up the pace a little bit more. Everything's fine now. Okay? Everything's fine now.
Doble gancho izquierda a la cabeza, como se echa para atrás, no se quita.
Saw that head snap to the very end of the round now when they're going at it again.
Ya no tiene que jugar.
3 rounds to go. We got a surprise fight, man. We got a war.
Doctor's coming in now. Check on that eye.
Eye is not good, but the doctor says okay, let it go. Got a lot of Vaseline on it. Well, the fact that Alvarado was able to knock down Marquez has got to give him the hope that he can win this fight now. Both guys are very flat-footed right now.
The way Marquez was moving his legs as he walked in there suggests that he's feeling a little heaviness. Yeah.
I would say very much so, Larry. But does Alvarado have enough to catch him with another right hand? Both guys a bit tentative in the early going. Straight left got through by Alvarado. Alvarado wants to land another right hand if he can. Then Marquez with that left arm down and had the opportunity but couldn't get off. Threw it that time and it whistled across his nose. We're in round 10 at the Forum. There was a one-sided fight through 8 rounds, and all of a sudden Alvarado, via the knockdown, crawls back into the fight to make this very interesting in the last 3 rounds here.
This is why I like to call this prize fighting, not boxing. Prize fighting's a little different.
Oh, this is prize fighting.
And the prize here, a fight with Manny Pacquiao in Macau in November, is a pretty big one.
Multi-million-dollar payday for the winner of this fight. I'll remind you that Marquez is way out in front in this fight.
And he's smart enough to know how to get to the wire without necessarily exposing himself again.
Absolutely.
Right now he's back about boxing Alvarado. Alvarado waiting and waiting, hoping to land another big right hand. Stiff left hand. No damage done. Alvarado continues to wait as he bobs to the left now. Back from the right. Again, Juan Manuel gets off first. Stops and coming straight in is Alvarado, hoping he can catch him with that right hand there. But that one wasn't as deep on the cheek as the first one was that dropped it. And here they go back at it again. I'll tell you one thing, Marquez will not take a step back. This guy wants to engage, he's willing to engage with him. And like you said, Larry, he didn't have to do that.
You know, back in the day when Guerrera, Morales, Prince Nassim were dominating the featherweight scene, it was hard for Marquez to break through because he wasn't perceived as this kind of fighter. He wasn't that kind of fighter, but he's gotten better with age.
Was that a 1 minute round? I had so much anticipation for that round. That thing flew by. So Marquez is going to watch out for the hooks. You're getting hit with hooks. The right hand, as far as I can see, is what caught him. Nacho Beristain has been around a long time. He knows what he's talking about in the corner of Marquez.
He's been with Marquez all through his journey as a prize fighter.
This is the 11th round at the Forum. And again, Marquez gets off first, bounces the head back of Mike Alvarado. Both of these guys are going to know, as Larry says, that they're in a prize fight tomorrow morning when they look in the mirror. Especially Alvarado. Alvarado's still having a tendency to wait, and he can't. He's got to let it go. Got to let his hands go. Back as a southpaw, now getting squared up. Now back as a right-handed fighter.
See Alvarado trying to land that right hand over the top. Marquez just keeps ducking that right hand. He needs to set it up with that left hook. Throw the left hook and throw the right hand behind it.
Got a 45-degree angle, and then Marquez throws 3 or 4 punches again. Nice uppercut. heaviest punch in this round was that uppercut by Juan Manuel Marquez. Seemed to take a lot of toll on Alvarado. Alvarado was down in the 8th round, and then he knocked Marquez down in the 9th round. And well, Marquez's knockdown didn't seem as bad as Alvarado's. There were about 30-second period of time where you got the idea that Alvarado might be able to finish him off, but he couldn't.
Yeah, well, he injected drama in this fight. And watching it, we think Marquez has it, but we're not sure.
Never know.
I'm sure. I'll commit myself.
Well, we're not as sure as we were before that.
Before the knockdown.
Yeah.
"40 seconds ago, and Marquez outboxing him again, and this is the 11th round. The only round on my score sheet that I haven't given to Marquez was the round in which you get knocked down in. Oh, look at that. He said no because the seat didn't hit the canvas.
I thought his glove might have touched the canvas, and if it did, that
should have been scored as a
knockdown.
Absolutely.
We'll see in the replay.
Closing seconds of the 11th round. Still a Marquez round. $108-99 going to the final round.
By coming back the way Alvarado has, it has even shown Marquez to be better as a fighter, that it wasn't simply that he was outclassing a guy. Has his hand touched the ground? No.
I couldn't see if it was a clear shot either.
And the feet kind of get tied up a little bit there more than a punch. More of a off-balance sort of thing. Well, he get hit pretty good with that.
He
did.
Absolutely, he got hit.
That angle showed it clearly. This is the 12th and final round.
Well, Marquez is in the position that he has earned, that he can just make sure that he's not going to get clocked out here.
Is that the nature of the type of fighter he is, though?
Nope.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
What you say, Larry, is 100% true. That seems to me more often than not that fighters like this guy will fight to the end.
He learned his lesson when he fought, I believe it was the 3rd fight with Manny Pacquiao. When he cruised, he thought he won.
But for Alvarado, for sure, he can't afford to do anything but just let it go. Can't wait. 1 minute's already gone. His only hope is to knock this guy out. Just waiting here, I get this anticipation that something dramatic is going to happen. Midway through now, the 12th and final round with Juan Manuel Marquez way out in front, and you get the sense
Marquez is not going to let anything happen.
He's not going to let him land that right hand.
No.
You see him just weave one just a minute ago.
Staying away, moving excellently, backing off, ties him up on the ropes. Alvarado trying to give it final blast with that right hand, but can't catch him. Just grazed the jaw with the right hand that time.
Looks like the picture of a beaten warrior, Alvarado, with that eye that's slit open, puffed up.
He is a beaten warrior right now. 40 seconds to go in the fight as he continues to be hurt by shots off the hands of Juan Manuel Marquez. Alvarado is a warrior, but there's inside of 25 seconds to go in the fight, and Marquez is landing shots still. "15 seconds now. Alvarado's just about out of time. And it's Juan Manuel that finishes with the flurry with 6 seconds to go in the fight. He battles right to the end like the warrior that he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the fabulous Forum of Los Angeles, we go to the scorecards. The winner will be the mandatory #1 challenger to the world title and the new WBO international champion of the welterweight division. Max DeLuca and Julie Letterman score it 117-109. Robert Byrd has it 119-108. All three scorecards to the winner by unanimous decision. As we turn the page to another chapter in the story of a boxing legend from Mexico, Juan Manuel Dinamita Marquez.
So Julie Letterman and Max DeLuca had it the exact same way as Tim and I had it.
Right.
117-109. Robert Byrd gave that, eventually gave that 11th round to Marquez as well, and he scored a 119-108. It's academic because there's no question the clear-cut winner by unanimous decision was Juan Manuel Marquez. All right, Larry Merchant is set, so let's go up to him. Larry, take it away. You have it now. This is Larry Merchant.
All right, thank you very much. Congratulations to Juan Manuel. What questions did you answer for yourself tonight?
¿Qué pudiste? ¿Cuál era la presentación a ti mismo esta noche?
¿La qué, perdón?
La contestación a tú mismo. ¿Cuál el reto este que fue para ti?
Yo creo que fue un reto difícil, un reto que combinamos muy bien, veníamos muy bien preparados y bueno, dimos una gran pelea.
You know, I expected a big challenge. I think it was a big challenge at my age, his age, and I think I answered it very well.
So is it fair to say that you are fighting so aggressively now to keep proving to yourself as well as everyone else that you are still Juan Manuel Marquez?
Que tú tienes que demostrarte a ti mismo, igual que a la gente que sigue siendo el mismo del peleador de élite.
Así es, yo creo que me demostré hoy a mí mismo que todavía se puede, que la edad no es importante cuando te preparas, cuando te dedicas, cuando te concentras, y yo creo que dimos una gran pelea.
You know, I think I showed everyone tonight, the age don't matter, as long as you prepare yourself, you do the best you can, and that's what I proved to myself.
Were you looking to land that big punch you landed at the end of the 8th round during the early rounds, and that the opportunity finally came?
Esa derecha que finalmente entró y lo tumbó.
No, sabíamos de que Mike Alvarado estaba bastante bien, no es un peleador bastante fuerte, vemos ahí la caída y la verdad que se fue a la lona, pero se levantó fuerte, se levantó no lastimado.
You know, I knew I could see it was there. I finally landed it, but you know what? He got up and was even tougher than he was before he went down.
Were you surprised that he came back so quickly, or did you just get a little bit reckless the way Pacquiao got against you early in the 9th round that enabled him to knock you down?
Quizás te arriesgaste mucho en el noveno buscando terminar la pelea y fue cuando te alcanzó.
Sí, me conectó muy bien. Yo le dije que Mike Alvarado es un peleador muy difícil, muy fuerte, y me conectó y bueno, lógicamente me agarró bien y Mike Alvarado pega bastante fuerte y es por eso que nos fuimos a la lona. Me descuidé ahí, bajé la mano y ahí fue donde me agarró.
As soon as I put the hand down on my left, he caught me real good. I mean, you know, he's a strong fighter. I knew that.
So now, does this dramatic fight and the way you fought against a bigger, younger man make you anticipate and the fans anticipate a 5th fight with Manny Pacquiao.
Acaba de ganar un muchacho joven, fuerte, sin problemas, que pues, es una pelea con Pacquiao, una quinta vez.
Por ahorita vamos a descansar. Tuvimos una gran pelea, una pelea difícil. Vamos a descansar y a ver qué viene para futuro y pensar bien esa quinta pelea.
You know, I'm gonna go home, rest, talk to my family about it. You know, I'm not thinking about a fifth fight right now. Let me rest.
Thank you very much and congratulations again, Juan Manuel.
Right behind you, Larry.
All right, Mike Alvarado. You came into this fight saying that after that beatdown by Provodnikov, you had to redeem yourself. How would you question or answer that question now?
Felt like I have. You know, I fought a good fight. You know, I redeemed myself as far as, you know, getting back to who I need to be for myself in the ring, you know, and back to in my career of who I am and what I'm about. So, you know, it was a good camp, and, you know, now it's just to move on from this, put this behind me and move on.
We were asking, why were you trying to outbox the boxer early in the fight instead of putting intense pressure on him to find out if he was 40 or 30.
Right, yeah. I don't know when I put that pressure on him. That's how the fight was going, but, you know, that was on me. You know, I didn't warm up the way I should have. You know, I have no excuses. It's just the way the fight went.
When you came out in the 9th round after getting really hurt in the end of the 8th round and you knocked him down, what went through your mind as far as this fight and your career is concerned?
You know, it was a lot of heart involved in this fight, you know, and it brought me, you know, it brought it all out of me, and, you know, I was, you know, it was a huge stepping stone in my life, you know, to go through that. You know, I felt like, okay, let's jump on him, and, you know, he's hurt. You know, I know he was feeling that power, he was feeling the strength, you know, and that was on me to keep stepping to him. You know, I didn't step to him, and, you know, that's what, you know, left him off the, you know.
Thank you very much, Mike. It was a dramatic fight.
Thank you.
Back to you, Colonel.